I truly believe in cryptocurrency, digital assets, and Web3 at large. I think this is game-changing for the future of the internet. Central banks and other supranational organizations are issuing bonds on crypto rails. So it really is game on. Even though we've gone through this regulatory cycle and it feels miserable, the broader adoption is happening, so much so that the old world has already admitted that the world we live in is a lot better.
Real Vision founder Raoul says that he's remaining bullish on digital assets after significantly increasing his position size during the bear market. According to Raoul, it is expected that the overall market capitalization of cryptocurrencies will increase, while the dominance of Bitcoin is likely to decrease. As a result of this shift, Powell suggests that Ethereum has the potential to outperform Bitcoin in terms of performance and market value. According to crypto fund Decentral Park Capital's portfolio manager Lewis Harland, market liquidity measures point lower and would be unusual for Bitcoin to be constructive with both liquidity measures declining over coming weeks. Raoul stated that both Fed net liquidity and global liquidity are currently experiencing an upward trajectory. Furthermore, he suggests that these liquidity trends have the potential to be projected up to 5 months ahead, and he has developed a theoretical hypothesis that allows for projections as far as 2026. He expressed the view that with the anticipated increase in liquidity in the upcoming months, there is a possibility for Ethereum to surpass Bitcoin. For Bitcoin and Ether, Powell agreed with projections of a 3x and 5x respectively, suggesting Bitcoin could more than triple its value during the next bull cycle. However, that is from the all-time highs that was $69,000 in November 2021. Here are a few glimpses from the discussion that we'd like to show you. Before we proceed, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more updates.
We're seeing the pickup in liquidity. It proved itself perfectly last year. It's starting to show with the forward-looking indicators that it's going to keep going. As it keeps going, we will see the market cap of crypto rise, and we will see Bitcoin dominance start to fall again. At that point, we will likely see, as liquidity comes, the ETH start outperforming Bitcoin. It has more use cases. It has more elements of Metcalfe's law, even though Bitcoin is building ordinals and other cool stuff. But generally speaking, and with ETH's deflationary supply, it's likely to outperform. If I use my simplest forward-looking indicator, which is the GMI Financial Conditions Index, it gives us a 5-month lead on Fed net liquidity year on year. And it says liquidity goes up till the end of the year. Okay, if liquidity is going up to the end of the year, it generally means crypto prices are going to go up till the end of the year, because I've shown the relationship between the two. There's in fact an 87.5% correlation between global liquidity index, not the Fed net liquidity, the global liquidity index, and Bitcoin. The reason it's only 87% and not higher like the NASDAQ, which is 97%, is because Bitcoin completely diverges so much in bull markets. That's the outperformance and the boom-bust phase. Anyway, Fed net liquidity is going up. Global liquidity is going up. We can look out 5 months. I can actually look out to 2026. That's the theory and hypothesis that I've been working on in the Everything Code. But right now, it tells us liquidity goes up. Now, liquidity also does something interesting. In all financial markets, after a period of contraction, when liquidity comes in, it goes first into the highest quality assets, and then eventually, once the trend is established, it goes out much further down the risk curve. So you see it in bond markets, it goes from government bonds to better credits, to junk bonds, to emerging market junk bonds, for example. That kind of risk curve is very common, and it's the same in crypto. It's like a human behavioral trait. When do I feel comfortable taking more risk? Am I making money? Do I want to speculate more? So what I found is, while I was thinking through this, thought, well, obviously crypto must act the same way, and it does. And here's the proof. I don't think anybody's seen this chart before, except Global Macro Investors subscribers. This is the ETH Bitcoin ratio versus Fed net liquidity, outright, not the year on year. And Fed net liquidity leads it by 3 months. And we know that in 5 months ahead of this, we will see more liquidity coming. It keeps going up. So if it keeps going up, then ETH eventually will break out from Bitcoin. Now, I've been showing for a while this chart of mine, which is the trading view chart of the log chart of ETH versus Bitcoin. And I think it's a huge wedge pattern. And if it is correct that it's a wedge pattern, it's massive and it's on a log chart. So the day-to-day machinations or week-to-week or month-to-month make no difference. But over time, if this breaks, then ETH is going to massively outperform, which has been my hypothesis for a while because of network activity and the amount of things being built on top. But another way of looking at this is I can use the ISM, which is even more forward-looking than our financial conditions index. The ISM gives us a 20-month lead. It's inverted here versus the ETH Bitcoin cross. It kind of shows us where the business cycle is going. And as the business cycle improves, the ETH Bitcoin cross will improve. We're at the point where the business cycle will start to turn as we start bottoming in the economy. I know this is the most contested thing on earth, but that's what my work shows. And therefore, ETH Bitcoin cross will start rising, and massively so. So that's getting me very interested in that, in ETH over Bitcoin.
Raoul Pal has noticed the presence of an impressive inverted head and shoulders pattern in the charts of Solana. This pattern is currently approaching a critical point where it may potentially break out. On what he thought of the price performance of Bitcoin, Ether, and Solana in the next bull cycle, Pal shared a highly bullish projection for Ethereum's competitor. He compared the 47x that Ether saw after the 2018 low to what Solana could do. He opined, "Look, there's a possibility, a dream scenario, that Solana does what Ether did from the 2018 low, which was a 47x. The Solana low was $9, so you could do the maths. The numbers are potentially very interesting." Over the last week, Ethereum killer Solana has been leading the altcoin market rally with 14% gains, while other top 10 cryptocurrencies have given flat returns. As of press time, Solana is trading 3.2% up at a price of $21.83 and a market cap of $8.7 billion. Pal is closely monitoring the Solana versus Ether cross chart, which has been experiencing a downward trend for some time. However, there has been a recent spike followed by a consolidation flag pattern, resembling a wave 2 correction.
So I think there's a lot here with Solana. I think it's super interesting as an ecosystem, and it's vibrant. So when I look at the chart of Solana, that's an amazing inverted head and shoulders. And it's getting very close to breaking. It might have actually broken this week. And I'm recording this a couple of days before you see it. So that to me is suggesting that, again, there are opportunities coming where the alts perform well. If you remember what ETH did in 2018, having been battle tested, it did 47x from the low. Solana got down to 9, so could it do 25x from here? Look, it's possible. No guarantee. I'm not even sure. And it's only a small part of my portfolio. But I'm keeping an eye on the next chart, which is the Solana ETH cross. And I look at that chart and you'll see that it's been trending down. So the Solana's been a bad investment for a while versus Bitcoin. Did very well when it first launched. But it's been trending lower. But I saw that spike, and then I've seen this consolidation flag pattern. And that looks like a wave 2 correction. It looks like something, like that cross bottomed. And if that cross bottoms, then we need to be focused on it, because if it breaks out, there's a lot of money to be made. And like I switched my Bitcoin into ETH in 2020, maybe I'll switch more of my ETH into Solana. I am kind of chain agnostic. What I'm not is alpha agnostic. I want to make money. Here's an opportunity. It's one of the biggest opportunities we've ever been given, is to take advantage of the price rises in this space. Because not only do we believe in the ethos and what this space is all about, but to participate early, you get rewarded for the risk. So I'm looking for that trend line to break, the red line. Now, once it breaks that, the next hurdle is the big downtrend. So there's a bit of wood to chop between here and there. So there's no plain sailing. So I wouldn't say it's a trade on, definitely. But I'm looking at that, noticing that it broke the inverse head and shoulders on the price chart. And if it breaks that downtrend, okay, I'm going to get really interested. And my guess is we'll see narrative change around Solana, whether it's new activities or the rise of DeFi on Solana or whatever it may be. We don't know, right? There's so much innovation in this space. We have no idea what's coming next. And that's what makes the space so exciting. I mean, everybody's innovating. $60 billion of VC went into crypto in 2020 and 2021. And that money is being spent, hopefully wisely, sometimes not wisely, within the crypto space, building out the future.
If Powell's positive prediction proves to be correct, the price of Solana could potentially exceed $400 in the future. This would represent a substantial increase from its previous highest value of $259.96 reached in the previous bull market. According to him, a potential supply crunch in 2023 is what could squeeze Bitcoin to a new all-time high. What is your opinion? Will Ethereum outperform Bitcoin in the future? We encourage you to share your views in the comments section. If you found this content informative, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for the most up-to-date news and videos. Thanks for joining us.